delighted to show you today how to make my mother's Dundee cake. This is the perfect Christmas cake alternative. It'll fill your house with incredible Christmas spices, and while it's in the oven you can wrap some Christmas presents. So we'll start by putting our raisins and sultanas into a bowl, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of marmalade and 2 tablespoons of whiskey. So this just puts loads and loads of flavour in on top of the raisins. We'll leave them soak for a few minutes. We'll stir it up. So there's 2 generous tablespoons of whiskey in there. And we'll just give it a stir, and then we'll leave all of this soak up the beautiful Christmas flavour. The marmalade is absolutely gorgeous. You could use Cointreau as well, of course, in this. You could use Cointreau, you could use sherry. I think the whiskey is beautiful in it, and it gives it a hint of that traditional Christmas cake. Now I'm just going to set that fruit aside. There's our beautiful raisins and sultanas with marmalade and whiskey. It smells incredible, so I'll just set that aside. And now in my mixing bowl here, I have some butter, and I'm going to add some sugar to it. So we're just going to cream these 2 together to light and fluffy. Once the butter and sugar is light and fluffy, we're going to add 5 eggs. So this is nicely mixed. The eggs are incorporated well into the butter and the sugar. Now we can add our flour and our ground almonds. So I have 1 tablespoon of mixed spice. I've got our flour and our baking powder. This has all been sieved, and then we'll just add it to the butter and egg mix. This has been gently mixed together. Beautiful, it smells so fragrant. Now I put a little bit of flour in a bowl, and I have my cherries. So I've rinsed my cherries and I've taken all the syrup off them, and then I've dried them. And now I'm going to put a bit of flour on them and just roll them around in the flour. So just roll the rinsed cherries around in the flour like this just to coat them nicely. I'm going to add my ground almonds and the remainder of the whiskey into the cake mix. And give it a quick mix before we add the fruit. That smells absolutely beautiful. I think it's a mixture of the spice with the whiskey. Gorgeous smooth batter. So we're going to fold in our cherries and our fruit. We'll fold them in really gently. We'll add the fruit, raisins and marmalade, a little bit more whiskey. We'll just fold the 2 together gently. That is such a festive batter. It's absolutely gorgeous. So there won't be any dry, crumbly Christmas cake around here this Christmas. This makes for a really beautiful moist cake. It's a mixture of whiskey with marmalade and all the beautiful fruit and the ground almonds as well. It's an absolutely beautiful cake. Now I've lined my tin with greaseproof paper. And we'll pop it in here. Lovely. I love seeing whole cherries like that in a cake. They look so nice. Now I'm going to smooth it down with a spoon, create a little hollow dip in the centre so it doesn't puff up in the middle. It'll all rise nice and evenly. So this is one of the things that makes Dundee cake so special. It's the concentric circles of almonds on the top. It's absolutely beautiful. So once this cake is cooked, you don't need to put any icing on it or marzipan or fondant. It's absolutely beautiful. The almonds will get all golden in the oven, and it's the perfect decoration. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what I usually do is put 4 almonds in an X and then use that as a guide for the rest of my almonds. So this needs 3 hours at 150 degrees till the almonds are all golden on top and the cake is cooked through. So the Dundee cake is baked, and I've left it cool in the tin for about 15 minutes. Absolutely beautiful. A lovely light golden colour, and the almonds on top are so delicious. I'm just going to remove it from the tin. This looks absolutely beautiful. So you can see all the fruit that's inside, all the lovely plump sultanas and raisins and the cherries, and the lovely golden almonds on top as well. And it smells absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to put it onto this festive plate here that I have. This is so pretty with a big red ribbon around the outside of it. Usually what I would do when I'm giving this as a gift is wrap it in 2 layers of greaseproof paper and then a layer of tin foil, but you could also present it in a cake tin. Absolutely beautiful and gorgeous gift, and a great alternative to the traditional Christmas cake.